So, you know...
Sorry, how was this? What was this supposed to be achieving?
It was like a face rub.
You've gone in for a facial and she's testing out what your pain threshold is?
Well, that's what I said. Hang on a minute, what do you mean? It's meant to be relaxing, this.
Yeah.
You normally have whale noises happening, and now it's going to be me screaming. She said, no, it's just, you know, we have to ask, we have to make sure, because there is a bit of pain.
Well,
you know, heat is heat into these hot cloths. Bit of
the thumb screws. Let's get the thumb screws out now.
And plus all that kidney stone pain that I had.
But you just were in agony when you had the kidney stones. I don't remember you having this triumphant pain threshold. You gave up instantly.
Whinged and whinged.
Yeah, because you have to get seen. If I go in there and I'm going, I'm in agony, and they're going, you don't look like you're in agony. I'd be at the back of the queue. So you have to go in and go, and they're going, quick, get him in. So pain threshold is good for yourself, but it's not good for other people.
So you were bullshitting? You didn't feel pain at all?
I was in agony, but I can hold it off. I can sit there and be quiet and have a sweat on. But if you do that in a hospital waiting room, it'll be the little div who's coming with a pan on his head, who's screaming saying his head's throbbing. That's what I'm saying. So to get seen, you have to put it on. It's like a baby crying. There's nothing wrong with it. What's he crying for? He's probably hungry. Well, I'm hungry. I'm not crying. But that's what they use, isn't it, to get attention.
So you're braver than a baby, is what you're saying. You're braver than a baby. That's all we've established here.
In some cases, not in others.
When you feel like the full-on...
Not in others. Sometimes babies are braver. When are babies braver?
You can chuck them in a pool when they don't panic. I'm rubbish.
Sorry, will you leave my baby alone? No, I'm doing an experiment. Mr. Pilkington, will you stop throwing children in the pool?
No, babies.
You're barred from this swimming pool from now on.
I mean babies. It's the same way you can chuck one out of a window and it can land and it won't break its back.
No, that's not true.
Do not do that. If you are a maniac
you
listening
cannot
to this...
throw a baby out of a window.
It's just what I
did you hear that? You're thinking of a cat. And don't throw cats out. Don't throw any living thing out of a...
Just what I
You can't throw a baby out of the window and it won't break its back. What are you talking about?
No, it's just there's a certain height. It's all about us tensing up. We tense up, don't we? It's like how once someone who fell out of a plane, they passed out, and because they passed out when they landed, they were relaxed. They woke up, they were like, bloody hell, what happened then?
Someone fell out of a plane? That's bollocks.
It's not, honestly.
How far up was the plane?
Oh, high up. It's a plane, isn't it?
Well, what's the lowest height that a plane could be at?
Even if it was at 30 feet, that's a height, isn't it, to fall without...
Yeah, exactly. But if it was higher...
Was the plane just on the runway?
No, it was high up. It was high up enough.
Is this where you went for the holiday? We're going to high up enough. Fuck me. Can't even talk.
So, yeah, pain threshold. I'm very good at it.
So, would you say you've ever been brave? Because I was thinking, before we did this, I can't think of a time when I've ever been brave. I don't think I've been cowardly. I've just never been in a situation where I needed to be brave, particularly. I've always managed to avoid fights, conflicts.
Yeah.
You see, when I was in Salford, I'd nipped to GREGGS to get a pasty. I heard some bells going off. I came out, just thought, I don't know what that is. Went over to the car, sort of thinking, I can't wait to have this pasty when I get home. Cup of tea, nice cup of tea, maybe a bit of bread.
I love the fact that his head was just filled with food because he was buying food and thinking food. When he's eating, I'm thinking, I'm eating food. Just one big globular mess of food cells in his head for the duration of the food experience.
I can remember that food thought going on now, and it was probably like 15 years ago. But I remember how happy I was. I'm out at the GREGGS, I've got what I want, I'm on my way home, this pie's hot, it's going to be hot when I get home, it's going to be a nice cup of tea, bread.
These are the things you save, and yet you forget really important facts.
Yeah, he doesn't know why wars are happening, but he does remember this.
Yeah, but listen, this is why I remember it. Like I said, you forgot the bit that I said. A bell going off. I don't know what's going on. I'm walking over the road, put the key in the car, I turn round, bloke comes running out the post office. Obviously the bell's gone off. He's got a big shotgun, balaclava on, and he stops and looks at me. He's there with a big gun in his hand, and he's looking at me. And I wasn't scared. I just was thinking, does he want me pie? I remember thinking, if he said, I want that, I'd have to give it up.
So a man with a gun...
I told Suzanne, she said no, he was probably thinking about nicking your car. He's got
What, he didn't have a car ready? He came, he had the balaclava, the gun, and goes, fuck me, I forgot the car.
In the end, he sort of ran off down the back alley.
I love the fact that he looked over at you for a split second and you thought he might be interested in your pie.
Was there other people around? Were you sure this happened and you weren't reading a comic book?
No, it happened.
And so he looked you in the face, he saw
through
you.
his balaclava, he made eye contact, I looked at him, everything sort of stopped for a minute, and then he just sort of legged it off down the back alley.
And what did you do? What did you say to the police when you obviously went?
I didn't. I just went.
Well, you were a witness to the crime.
Had me pie. Like I said, it was warm. It's not going to stay warm forever, is it?
But when it was on Crime Watch a few weeks later,
No, it wasn't. That's what was weird. I said to Suzanne, "Oh, let's watch like Grada reports tonight. See if I'm on the telly or anything." Nothing. Didn't even get reported.
Why would you be on the telly if you just ran away?
Just didn't say CCTV or something like that. If I was involved in it, they went, "This happened today in Salford outside Greggs. Are you this man with the pie?" I wanted to make sure I was well out of this one. Because Suzanne sort of said, "Oh, should you get involved?" But you shouldn't get involved because then I'm at risk, aren't I? Nobody was
Well, there
killed.
you are. We're back to bravery again, aren't we?
Yeah, it is bravery.
Go on then.
Next door but one. There's a fella there. He likes a drink. He came home late one night, banging on the door. Obviously forgot his key. He was trying to kick the door in. I looked out the window and he was like thinking someone's breaking in. Right? I see it's in. I saw all the curtains twitching. He just went back to bed. Now I kept an eye on him. He kicked so hard, he fell back, dropped his curry, landed in the road.
Dropped his curry!
Right.
Oh, God, why didn't he get a pie from Greggs? Because that lands and it's still fine.
So, anyway, he passes out.
Right.
Curry all over the shop,
Yeah.
head in the road. Cars come down that road,
Yeah.
sometimes pretty fast.
Yeah,
It's
of
night
course.
time. You could get his head squashed.
Yeah.
Like I said, curtains are still a twitching, no one's a helping. I go out there and I go, "You all right? You all right?" And he's totally off his head. He's obviously had a right skinful. He's going, "Oh, where am I? Where am I?" I'm going, "You're outside your house, but you've got to get off the road because you're going to get squashed." So he's like, "Oh," and he could hardly move. So I sort of picked him up, sat him on the pavement, sort of picked up the curry and stuff. Suzanne came out. "What's going on?" I said, "Oh, look at him. He's in the right state." Anyway, he's sort of coming round a little bit. In the end, I said, "Where's your keys?" Got him in his house. Job done.
But that's not bravery.
That's not bravery.
There was no
There's
threat
no-
to
there's
you.
no-
It's just put yourself out of it for 2 minutes.
It is bravery because he's out of his head. He could have thought I was attacking him. He could have swung at me. Now, the good
He's
thing
lying in the road, unconscious, covered in curry. This is not a threat.
it is a threat. I'm out on the street late at night. Someone could have come round the corner and thought I was mugging him. And then
what
they
do?
attacked me.
Why would they attack you? They take
Because they
back
think,
with
what are you doing? People don't ask questions because you're not allowed to. Like with the sergeant, they chip in straight away. "I know what's going on here." No, you don't. You don't know the full story. He's pissed up and his curry all over it. It isn't blood. It's masala. You hear about this all the time, misunderstandings. Now, I helped him. The day after, he remembers, he comes round and he gave me some mincemeat that he had left over.
I love this. Where do you live? This is amazing. Oh my God.
So the thing is, it goes to show that I put myself out, he appreciated it, he said, "You're right, the way cars come round here, I'd had a bit of a week, I'd had a lot to drink, good on you." Now, no one else chipped in. Now, it is bravery, kind of, because no one else went out there and helped. You didn't even know about that. It's only because you just asked. It was ages ago. I don't shout about it. I don't want an award. Have a go hero. I don't want any of that. I just did my
There's
bit.
no have-a-go hero about it.
Did you take the mincemeat?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was good stuff.
Yeah. That's better than a ward in a way, isn't it?
And I told him that. So, it depends. I think there's different
Bag
ways.
of mincemeat. I love that.
I was saved by a bald man. Slaughter my finest pig, mince the meat, and send it to him.
What about phrases from the war days? What about things like careless talk costs lives? What do you make of that?
Careless talk. I suppose just busy chatting in a trench rather than going out there.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that.
Have another go. Careless talk costs lives. They used to have posters up all over London and other cities.
Careless talk
Costs lives.
There was another one. There's another saying that means the same that might give you a clue. The walls have ears.
Yeah, but that just means don't be slagging someone off because someone will hear it, pass it on, and then they'll end up fighting their own instead of who they should be fighting.
Well, no, you're almost there, but think about what you mean.
It's not about gossip. It's not about.
Well, in a
tittle-tattle,
way it is, but it's very
about
specific gossip.
Much more important tittle tattle.
Careless whispers.
No, that's George Michael.
Say again. What's the first one again?
Careless talk costs lives.
I don't know. I imagine it being like a.
Don't go shooting your mouth off about things you know about the war effort, because there might be a German spy in the pub, disguised as a barmaid. Oh, you're lovely, Tracy's going, yeah, I'm Carl. What do you know about the war?
That's true. That does happen. I remember my brother being in the army. He had the same thing.
What?
He was told not to, because he liked the women and that. And he was told, listen.
One of them might be a German spy?
Yeah. He said, don't be going out with German women because they're quite muscly. And
Could be a man.
There'll be a gang of them. No, and they'll do you in.
Sorry, your brother was told, don't go out with a gang of German women because they're quite muscly and they might do you in.
Yeah, because it's all part of the thing. They sort of go out, like you say, pretending they're just like women out on the night, because he was in Germany for a bit. He was posted over there.
Right.
And apparently they target like British soldiers and that. And like I say, he liked his women. He'd just go along with it, thinking this is good. You know, Actung baby or whatever.
That's okay, and you too.
Hey, action, baby.
Yeah. Actung, baby.
Yeah.
And then, you know, got him in a headlock and good night Vienna.
Well done. Good night, Vienna.
Why are these random German women just killing
sorry.
British blokes? What's the reason
It
for
was
this?
a proper thing. I remember him telling me mum, saying, oh, God, I had a right dilemma. I met some women, German, couldn't go with them though because we were told that there might be, might be trouble. Really, yeah. Honestly, that's a fact.
British soldiers were getting beaten up by German women. This is not true.
Can't be.
Why? If you're caught off guard, you're just thinking, out with the ladies, and then they suddenly turn on you. It's a shock. It's a surprise
why are they
element.
beating him up? You're presumably talking about the
Because
Cold
he's a
War.
soldier.
Yeah, but they were allies then.
What?
When your brother was stationed in Germany, it wasn't occupied Germany. We hadn't invaded. It wasn't the German resistance.